Good morning, everybody. Hey, how you guys doing? And you know what it is? Yep, it is Tuesday. So we got RTG-Group coming back on. Steven, my friend, has another great... Listen, I don't know where he's coming up with these ideas. I don't know where it comes from, but we were just talking off camera, and it's so interesting on how what he does for others comes back and helps you. So if you want more information, stay tuned. This one is pretty hot. Buddy. All right, listen. I don't want to really, swell the head too much. But every time you come on, you're bringing something new and exciting. And like I told you, we were off camera and I was just like diving into it because I was trying to figure out how it works, all the stuff that you guys are doing. And what I love about it, and just before I hit the button, like I was telling you, it's on the same platform.
Yeah.
Everything is on the same platform. So if you don't want to do one, go to the other one. If you don't want to do this one, there's like, what is there? There's about 5, 6 of them on there now that you could try. And every single one is helping others and giving back and your get back. So there's all different programs you can do. But today's program, this one is intriguing me right now. This one is like, okay, this is wow. So explain to us, what do we have today?
So this program, and so they're all individual programs, right? That's what we create. And, we do get asked the question, by the way, as you had asked, like, where does all this come from? And it really just comes from the challenges that I'm faced with. People will say, well, we've got this challenge, we've got that challenge. And, my response always is, well, I can come up with a solution for that. And so in this particular case, as we've talked about in the past, the charity model is broken, and they're looking for ways in which they can, raise more money and offer more value to the people. And so this particular one stemmed from a conversation I had with an existing charity, a large Canadian charity, actually, and they were talking about the need to raise more money, of course, but that they need to get, creative around it because they were struggling, and their people were not complaining, but suggesting that they might come up with some new ideas because it was becoming tough. So I said to them, well, listen, I can come up with what will be, I think, a real good idea. And in this case, it wasn't just about, because every program we do is always about the person who's making the donation, so to speak. In our case, it's buying the food. So every program, that is the fundamental, the foundation in which we build any program. So it's about people buying food. And of course, when they buy the food, that food goes directly in their name to our participating charity. They get they get the tax receipt. And then they get this discount mobile app, so they're going to save more than they would put in. But in this particular case, what we wanted to do also was we wanted to do something about all these kind of fundraisers, they're called, in particular individual charities, and see how can we make it so that they win more than they put in as well. So this program is about them going out, and instead of asking for money for their charity, they're going out and saying, hey, would you feed a Canadian or American for $39.70? And if you do that, you're going to receive a tax receipt from a participating charity, food charity in this case, and you're going to receive a discount app, but also, and they can add this when they're talking, also it's going to help support our charity, whatever charity that may be.
So let me dive into here, because every time we talk, it's always like a need. It's always like, it's like the company's got like over 300 employees, but every time they want to do something, every employee, every school does fundraiser, charity and stuff. People are getting bored.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, another one, same thing again.
Yep.
I can't go to my mom for the 15th time and ask her to buy chocolates again.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
So this is where they come to you and you come up with the ideas to say, hey, you want something new and something different, but all in the same realm of helping others.
That's right. Everything's about that for sure, Charles. And again, it's a very novel concept because, especially in the giving space, because here's something that a lot may know. They obviously maybe haven't thought about it, but whatever charity, whatever giving that you're focused on, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's diabetes or cancer or AIDS or whatever.
Right.
But that's what they're focused on. And that's it. That's what it's almost like they've got the blinders on, which is nothing wrong with that. That's what they want to, they want to alleviate that particular disease or whatever. But so what happens in the giving space is the word collaboration literally doesn't exist. And there's a lot of reasons for that, by the way, because they're fighting for the same grants and the same dollars that donors give. So there's this whole this is what we do. I think what you're doing is great, but like kind of stay away from me type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our model is the first time that I'm aware of where really you're going to be able, through feeding, you're going to be able to fund your charity as well. And that's a collaborative model. I used to call it, all the time. I used to say our model is about collaboration. I was actually encouraged by the CEO of a top charity, who's a friend of mine now, and said to me, I understand why you're using the word collaborative, and it is a collaborative model, but it's also the most disruptive model I've ever seen.
Right.
So you should, let's be clear. This is what this is. And the good news for charities is this is a positive disruption. So, we're going to charities and saying, listen, we're about feeding people, and this is what you're doing. And normally we'd get, whoa, hang on a second. We can then say, but wait a minute, we're also going to be helping you by giving you money back and helping the people that are your volunteers or fundraisers or whatever. Because that's the other thing that happens, Charles, in the giving space is we burn out our volunteers.
Okay.
We burn out these people, right?
Right there.
Okay.
So, as many people know, my wife and I, my son has sickle cell disease. We dive into charities. We do events. We are on so many social committees. It is crazy. And the one thing I want to touch on, because you just said it, our volunteers, you can only use volunteers so often.
Absolutely.
You burn them out.
Yep.
They want to give. And then sometimes you want to say thank you to a volunteer, but because it's a charity, you really have nothing to give them back. You know what I mean? You can't say, oh, go out to dinner or here's something small or here's whatever, because it's a charity event. And the thing is, we love our volunteers. We love when they come out. But then, like you just pointed out, how do we keep them coming back?
Exactly.
And not burn them out and say, oh, I love it, but yeah, I don't get nothing back. It's like, because here's the one thing. A volunteer will jump from different events because after one, they get bored, they'll jump to something else.
For sure.
So how do we keep them? That's
that's really is important. And I think that the volunteers and the fundraisers for these particular organizations, they really need to. But as you said, charities are limited to what they can do. I mean, legally, they can only do so many things. So our program is really, really simple. We just go to all the charities and say, listen, we want you to help us, end hunger in North America.
Okay.
And of course we've been through this, so it's like, well, yeah, that's a very noble thing, and but we're about diabetes, we're about AIDS, we're about cancer. Yeah, I know that's okay, but this is gonna be an additional one, and you're gonna benefit in two particular ways.
Mm-hmm.
So in this one charity, they had their people that were going out and raising $12,000.
Right.
That was their kind of goal. So I said, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're going to ask your people if they can go out and feed 500 people a month, 500 people that are on a monthly subscription of the $39.70, and if they can do that over a 90-day period. So we got on a call and we talked to them about what we were doing and the fact that our model everybody wins more than they put in. So they're not begging for money. They're saying to people, hey, if you feed through this program, you get a discount mobile app. You're saving thousands of dollars. So they all agreed that it would be much easier. And 90% of them on that call, it was over 200, said that, yes, they could, they have the connections and they're accustomed to going out and kind of begging for money. So they could feed 500. And we get from a number of them. And we had this done on a Zoom call, and they were, but why would we, right? Why would we? We're about this particular charity. So I said, okay, so let's just assume now you've all fed. We have 200 people, all feeding 500. So cool. We just did 100,000 people a month we're feeding, right? Times 30, because it's 30 meals a month. Wow, Look at how many meals you guys are now responsible. And again, we got the chat. Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's great. But what about our charity? Say, okay, now here's where the fun starts. Now we're going to take $2 or $1,000 a month from that $39.70.
Right.
That's $12,000 a year. And we're going to give that back to your charity. So every year they're going to get that because of our model. It's a residual thing because they've got the app. They're using the app. They're saving more than it's costing them. So why would they stop? So now the charity is getting this money because of that individual. So we stopped there and said, so what do you guys think? And they were like, oh, whoa, this is going to be way easier. We don't have to go and answer these questions about, transparency and all this. This is going to be fantastic. So one guy said, oh, this is great. And we said, no, it's not great. It's good. Now let us go from good to great. Now we're going to take 50 cents, so $250 a month or $3,000 a year, and we're going to put that in a travel account for you guys. And you can use that. You can go anywhere you want. And that's because of what you're doing, and you're helping not only feeding, but you're helping your charity. Because we're a for-profit social enterprise, we can do that. So needless to say, Charles, that now we're getting, whoa, what are you talking about? Well, what about if we feed 5,000 people? And, we're saying, look, you're getting 50 cents for every person you fed. So the more you feed, the more money going to your charity, plus the more in your travel account. So, there's no limits or anything else. So they were like, oh, my goodness. Charles, we said, this wasn't going to be ready until next year. But after that call, we had about, I think it was close to 80% of them had got into us and say, okay, well, how do we register? Where can we sign up for this thing? Like, we want to do this. We say, yes, it's coming. So yeah, we know it's going to be a great program. We're really excited about the program. The platforms you can build. Obviously, COVID pushed everything back, so this won't roll out till 2021. But it's going to be. We know a lot of charities are going to be and it won't be their only fundraiser, obviously, but this will be a steady stream for them and a great way to give back to their people who are there volunteering, as we said, doing things, and now they're able to go away on weekend trips or their vacation, their family vacation for a week or whatever. So I think again, to our motto, as it's everybody must win more than they put in. And I think that's really the lifeblood of what we do. And I
think what people need to understand about this, and tell me if I'm wrong, because I put it up on the screen, charity to charity. So you're helping one and they're worried about their charity. Yeah. But in the long run, when they see it, they're like, wait a minute, we're actually doing a double job. So correct me if I'm wrong, because when I'm doing the program, like you said, then we're getting back that 50 cents. Sure. At the end of the year, we present to our charity of our choice.
Well, the cool thing is when they go in and register for the program, they could change this anytime they want. But when they register on our platform and everything else, they're going to stipulate what charity they're supporting.
There you go.
We automatically take $2 of every person fed that they're responsible. We take the $2 and send that directly to their charity. We put the 50 cents in their account.
Right.
The person who's going out, representing the charity, we put that for their use for travel.
See?
And so again, they win, their charity wins, plus we're also feeding people at the same time.
So I should put this on the screen then. There, that's what I'm going to add for now on. Every time I talk to you, I'm just going to do this. Okay.
that's pretty much it. That's our motto. I mean,
it's a win. It's a
win-win.
win-win for everybody because
yeah,
I should just brand that on the screen every time I talk to you because it makes sense. It makes sense that everybody's going to win out of this.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to dive into the site, talk about a little bit more, and then talk about full 100. Because remember, last time we talked, I said I want to get into that card. All right, because you keep mentioning the card. I want to dive into that card.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Let's go.
Okay.
Immigrant Women in Business, IWB, is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
Yes, we're back. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the website right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. And then, like you said, because of COVID, we had to push it back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but you can still sign up now, though, correct?
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, we have a full campaign around this to launching. I would say when we're ready to have people start to go in, we'll probably have a couple of hundred charities that will be representing us on this and getting it out to their people. But this just goes and shows you kind of how it works, but there's no way to actually register right now. Some people they're able to put your name in, I believe, so that we have a holding space for it, and we can reach out to people once we're ready to go. But it's just really, we're still building it. As I was telling you before we started, it's an intricate platform. It's one of our most, normally we create apps for all of these, our programs. This is much more involved from an online perspective, an online platform perspective. So it's taking longer, and it will be. But the other great thing about this one, Charles, is this can go anywhere. We can obviously we're feeding North Americans right now, but eventually this can go to any country in the world the same time.
All right. So there it is. You can actually, like you said, you're right. You can put the name in and be on the waiting list, because me, I'm like everybody else, we're excited to just get started.
Yeah. No, a lot of people are excited because of the travel. Everyone's saying, "Wow!" I mean, and of course, the travel right now means nothing, but to build up an account for your travel, to take your family away and stuff like that. I mean, right now we do these things for charities because it makes us feel good, and we want to help, and we want to do good, and I think that's great. But at the same time, again, sustainability is only when you're doing something you feel great about, but you're also being rewarded for it. You're also being compensated for it, and in our model, that's exactly what we're able to do.
Right. So, like I said again, our model was created.
Yep.
Everyone wins right there.
Yep.
If you can't see that, then something's wrong.
Yeah. And almost every program, Charles, you'll see that. That's right. That is really, somebody asked me, I was doing a podcast to someone in Singapore, and they said to me, well, what is the kind of secret sauce of your model?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, the secret sauce of he had asked because he'd seen all these programs, and he said, obviously it's the creativity is building all these programs and everything. And I said, yeah, but fundamentally the real secret sauce is that every program we build, every touch point is going to win more than they put in. And that really is the secret sauce. And that, by the way, is for all you people out there listening, or business people, that's the way to create a sustainable business. I mean, if you're, for example, a coach,
mm-hmm.
you're making sure that you're providing real value. So those people are winning. If they continue to win, they continue to grow and everything, they're going to continue to use your services.
Exactly. They're going to come back over and over again. Yes.
If you don't, and they're not winning, then that's it. So, you got to build that.
But here's the thing. Since we're going to stick on the coach aspect.
Yeah.
Since COVID, I've been online, we've all been online doing a lot of stuff, and people are calling stuff. And you're right. The main coaches that I see that are winning give something back for free. Yeah. Because like you said, it's not all about taking. You have to give something back.
Sure.
You have to get the person engaged. You have to help out. And that's what you've done with your platform.
Yep.
You're showing them that, hey, you help, I give back. You give back, we all help. And at the end of the day,
We all win.
it's back to my slogan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a what?
Yep.
It's a win-win. And that's
exactly right.
And that's the program that everybody's going to win at the end of the day.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about this one as well. And because there's a lot of aspects to it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of aspects to this one. This one's big. This one is very big.
Yeah, that's going to be one of our bigger ones for sure. Because as I say, the charities that we've talked to already, very excited about it. We really are working on simplifying it for them as well. But yeah, I'm people love to travel. Families, the older generation, baby boomers like myself. I mean, this is just a great way to say, hey, I'm going to do something here, and at the same time, I'm going to win by doing it, and I'm going to feel really good about it. I mean, imagine going on a trip to wherever, Miami or wherever you're going, and saying, wow, I feel really good. This trip is being paid because I was able to not only feed people but also get funds for my charity of choice.
Right, help others.
Yeah, absolutely.
and go stream. So,
Yep.
If you're new to the show and you've never seen Steven there before, and you're wondering what platform we're talking about, there it is. Okay. It's real simple. Just remember these letters RTG. Okay.
That's us.
And that's it. And then let me go into the programs, because at the end of the day, this is what we're talking about. Okay. It's not just one, there's many. And the thing about it is, you pick the one that fits your company. You pick the one that fits your team. Okay. Because it doesn't have to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steven, it doesn't have to be a big, huge 1,000 people company. If you have a company of, 20 or 30 people, you guys can all jump into this and work together and do the same thing.
Absolutely.
There's a program for everybody, small, medium, and large. As long as you guys want to work it together, it helps out. Yeah. So I would say to you, take the time, go to the website, jump on and look and see what program works for you. So this is just one right there. You see it right there with the camels. That's the one we're talking about right now. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 others and many more that you can jump into. And then the thing about it is each program is its own program in the site. So when you get on, click on it and it'll take you to another platform where you can learn how you guys can build it through your company, and even individuals can work it out and help out. So there's the platform that we keep talking about. There it is. All right. So there it is.
Yep.
Give him a call, an email. I know Steven loves talking to his people.
Sure do.
All right, my friend, this has been fantastic. We're going to dive into it more. If you need more information, give him a call, 647-859-0126. Thank you, my friend. I can't wait till we see each other again next week, where you show us a program and bringing on more people that are getting involved. Because here's the one thing, he's got a lot of partners. Okay, a lot of great people in this. And if you have an idea and if you want to join the cause, give him a call right there.
Perfect.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, my friend. Talk to you soon.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Listen, that's another great program. You know what I mean? Travel. Everybody wants to go somewhere. And like he said, the key thing that he said is, think about it. When you're on the vacation, you can say, wow, I did this by helping others. So it's a great program. Great idea. Go to the website. There it is. Check it out. All right, everybody. Like I said, you didn't have to watch, but you did. And I appreciate you guys every time watching. Tell a friend, let them know. Share, like, subscribe, follow us. We'll see you next time. See you later.
Has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal and medical